Hi guys, welcome to Winning Easy. Sadly, I'm by myself today. Dan is quite unwell, so unfortunately we won't be able to do the show together this week. Get well soon, Dan, but he will be putting his tips up and keeping you informed because it's one of the biggest days on the Australian calendar. Golden Slipper Day, 5 Group 1s. I wanted to get down there this year but unfortunately couldn't get down there, but definitely on the bucket list to get down. It's one race meeting I haven't had the luxury of being at, so I look forward to getting there in the future. And it's a sensational card. 10 races, 9 plus the Newcastle Newmarket, which got abandoned on Wednesdays, being put on the program. So we've got 10 races to preview. We'll have a quick wrap of the review, I should say, of last week's meeting features, and we'll start with the Newmarket. And starting on a good note, the quarterback got the money for us down the outside, $21. Great to see Robbie Griffiths win his first Group 1. Much overdue. Great ride, and he was all over the run in my opinion. I was so confident in the run. He was tracking them and only a couple lengths off compared to when he usually gets about 10-15 lengths off the lead. So always been a Group 1 horse in the making, and he delivered on the big stage. Well done, Robbie. Australian Cup, well, there's a bit of controversy there with the protest. Alston Rock beating Preferment Home, but it got reversed in the steward's room. 50-50 call in my opinion. Definitely at 300 metre mark, definitely made Huey stop riding for probably a stride or two, which on a short half head might have cost it. 50-50. I probably would have dismissed it. Would have loved to seen it win. For Alston Rock's connections, it was a great story, and the jubilation after the initial race, after the initial result in the mounting yard was great, and then to see it soured in the steward's room and their emotion afterwards was a bit disappointing for them. But I'm sure hopefully they can win another Group 1. But yeah, it's a tough call. I think going years back that would have been dismissed, but I think there's a bit of a sort of lately with protests, especially in Melbourne, the way they look at them and interpret them. So and then they're the ones who make the call. So yeah, I think 50-50 though. And the other Group 1 was in Sydney last week, the Coolmore Classic, one of the time-honored races on the turf, and Peeping. Got the money at great odds. Great to see Ronnie Quinnan, one of the true gentlemen of Australian racing. Great jockey, now a great trainer, and Sammy Clipperton winning his first Group 1 for his boss, Ronnie. Fairy tale story, and she's a really underrated mare, Peeping. So well done to all those involved. We had some other winners. Dan's He and She won last week. He was very confident. It's a good horse, and it's going towards the Doncaster. So good horse, and cover our best bets. Ran second last week in Ruffy. So we just it was still another winning day for us, which was good. But just a fraction off being what we call a Mossa. So like I said, 10 races, so let's get straight into it. We'll start race 1. We've got the 1900 metre opponent stakes for the mares. I'm going number here 9, Skyline Blush. I think she's had a nice prep for the race in sort of unsuitable races. Up to the 1900 now, third up on the limit. I think she's ready to peak, and she has been proven at the distance. So big ticks there, and I think she's really well weighted. So number 9 for me there, to beat number 3, Adorable, 5, All Cerise, and number 4, Vigara. So tough mares race. You got Gus to win up the top there, who, as you would know, I've got a big opinion on. I think she's a top star, but I'm very worried about her 2 runs back. It's a big drop in grade, but I haven't seen much sort of killer instinct and much will to win in those runs. She's finished last on both occasions and been a very long way. So, I'll have to probably take her on there. So, we'll just go to race 2 while I'm updating this. And that is the Mannion Cup. Small field, very hard race to line up here because there's some that's had terrible form and there's a couple who's progressing nicely here. I'm going to take a punt here on number 6, Cathay Society. Now, it's run some really good races, and it's run some shockers since it's come over from Europe to join the Gay Waterhouse stable. Last day he got beat 17 lengths, so you might sort of say, well, what was that? But they went at a frantic pace, and it just knocked up. I think if he gets a soft lead, this is when this horse races at its best. When it gets to the front untouched, I think it has enough now. Gay's persevered with it, and it'll be rock hard. I just think at the odds around the $31 mark, I think I'm taking a bit of a punt because we've got a short price favourite here in Liberin. It was very impressive last start, but let's be honest, he had everything go his favour. So, in my opinion, we'll go number 6, Cafe Society, to beat number 3, Galante, another roughie. Number 2, Orway, and Beyond Thankful, who also in the same race got beat 18 lengths. And I haven't checked the stewards report, but I'm sure they should have been courting Chris Waller and Hugh Bone for, no, Hugh was on last start, sorry. Just touch wood. Hugh what, sorry, yeah, for their riding last start. I don't know what he was doing on it, and it hence got beat 18 lengths. So I expect that to be a big improvement, ridden a bit more differently that day. So 6, 3, 2, 1. Race 3, so the 3-year-old, this is the Eskimo Prince Stakes, and so the Sebring. Obviously got a Super win in the past. This is only Group 3 listed race, sorry, get my facts right. Well, wow, this is almost a Group 1 field for 3. This is a sensational field. I've settled on number 4, Egyptian Symbol, but there's probably 8 to 10 winning chances, realistically. And I just think she's a really nice filly. Barrier 1's a big key for me, and she ran really good off a freshen up the other week from her Magic Millions campaign. So I think her to beat number 8, Flippin', who's come off the Magic Millions 3-year-old guineas as well, where Egyptian Symbol just beat her home. So I'm going that form line. I think that's a strong form line through Mahuda again. Number 3, Santa Ana Lane, who we tipped the other week, first up in Melbourne. So much more improvement in him as well, and he's a really good horse. The sticking point for me that really put him down a peg was barrier 18, first way around Sydney. You have to be really, really good to win from there. And number 1, Takedown for 4th. He's a really honest horse. Second, first up. Got the top weight 59, but he's got class. So it's for me 14, 8, 3, 1. Race 4, got the first of the Group 1s, the Randwick Stakes. Interesting race this. Few different form lines. I don't know how good some of the form lines are, even though they've been harder races technically. I'm going one here at nice odds, and he's my best roughie of the day. He's around $17 at the moment. Number 8, Cool Company from the Chris Waller stable. What I like about this horse is that now he's unproven at the distance, but he's an ex-European horse. No doubt, in my opinion, he'll get the distance. I think he's crying for it. What I like about that, he's had the one run at Flemington during the Carnival last year, and ran a really good 5th, and then tipped straight out. Had the 2 runs back now, both been hitting the line really well, crying for the extra distance, and I think at $17 at 2,000 metres, I think it's really good odds. He's got the services of Craig Williams on. Yeah, I think he's got a really good turn of foot, and I think that might be too sharp for some of these over the 2,000. So I'm going to go 8 to beat number 9, Bohemian Lily at good odds. Gay decided to go to this race instead of the mare's race on race 1 on the card, so I think that's a good lead, and she'll probably will go forward and lead, and I don't know if there's a lot of pace and paper, so she'll give it a cheek at good odds. Number 5, the United States. His 2 runs back have been sensational. Just got beat last week by he or she, and Lloyd doesn't really do that. He doesn't really give his horses too much many runs in the autumn. He usually has very light autumns, getting ready for the spring, but he's persevering this one, so he's obviously very happy with him. He thinks there's a Group 1 in him, so he's setting up for Sydney. He'll be hard to beat for 3rd, and number 2, Mongolian Khan. I'm taking this horse on trust. Obviously he's had the colic issues from the spring. He ran first up in the Chipping Northern. It was a fair run. He's gone to the trial since. I've just seen his class. He could jump out the ground. He's second up, so I've got an 8, 9, 5, 2 for there. Race 5 is the second of the Group 1s. It's the George Ryder Stakes, and we see the sensational, freakish mare Winks here. Now, yeah, everyone's going to tip it on top. She's $1.60. Probably might even start shorter. I'm not going to tip it on top because that's what we don't do here. I don't encourage tipping odds-on horses. I think we've proved now that you do that, you lose. In saying that, she's the one to beat, and she's probably got lengths on it at her best on a Cox Plate run. I'm just a bit worried how good she is going this campaign. Like, she's doing enough, but in saying that, I haven't been that impressed with her wins, but there is plenty, obviously, more improvement in her. It hasn't been screwed down for a grand final, which is the Queen Elizabeth Stakes in about 3 weeks' time, is it? Yeah, 3 weeks' time. So this could be a last lead-up run to it, or could be the Doncaster backing up to the Queen Elizabeth. So this will tell Chris Waller a lot. She's just, look at this, look at her record, just win, 7 wins in a row. So the Cox Plate win was amazing. But I'm going to go one here. Wait for age don't suit him. But I'm going to tip number 4, Happy Clapper. I think this is a really good horse. I think he's silly odds at $31, and I think he deserves his chance in this race. And whatever he does, he's already into the Doncaster field by winning the Villiers in December, making him exempt from ballot. So I'm going to put number 4, Happy Clapper. I was really happy with his first up run at Wait for Age and Canterbury Stakes, and I think he might be able to run a really big race here at $31. So I'll put him on top ahead of Winks, as I said, not $10.60, and this is the hardest race of the campaign so far. To beat numbers 2, Kermit at the stable, mate. A lot of money for him first up, ran good. Ran 3rd in this race last year on his way to the Doncaster, so he'll be right on the money again. And number 6, First Seal. Winks, obviously, First Seal had the measure on Winks as a 3-year-old filly, but 12 months in racing's a massive thing in anything, especially in racing. Winks, obviously, you kept going, just keeps going to another level. First Seal, a few injury setbacks, so they meet again here. There'll be a lot of people who are First Seals fans thinking that she can beat Winks like she did as a 3-year-old, so be interesting. I'm going number 4, Happy Clapper there at good odds. Race 6 is the 3rd of the Group 1s for the day. Rosehill Guineas, just a sensational race. Great to see 14 runners in a Guineas race. Great to see big fields. I've got a few sort of theories that I like to stick to, as everyone does. I'm going number 4, Etymology here, to cause a massive upset. He's massive odds at the moment, around the 40-1. He ran 2nd in the Victorian Derby. Forget his first 2 runs from this campaign. This is when he will now really start to hit his top. Really good horse. I thought he would improve in the autumn, and his first 2 runs people say he might have, but he's definitely worth a punt here at number 4, Etymology, and massive odds. To beat number 3, Vanbrugh, he's running the Australian Guineas, was the eye-catching run. Really what I liked about him, he won the Spring Champion, the Group 1 for 3 Ls at Randwick in October, and was the pre-post favourite for the Derby. And Chris Waller decided to tip him out and concentrate on the ATC Derby in the autumn. And I think that's going to pay dividends in there. He's run with sensation in the Guinea. He's, in my opinion, definitely 2nd selection. Number 1, Tarzino, the short price favourite, the Victorian Derby winner. Well, he's just come back and ran 2 sensational races. Just got beaten the Australian Guineas over a mile, and he just, the further it goes, the better. So, first way to Sydney, barrier 2, they'll be sort of riding against him. So, but he's definitely first 4. And number 14, Jamaica, who she beat Tarzino and Amy Bales on Cox Plate Day. Barrier 14, bit of awkward barrier. I say they'll be more positive here and try and dictate the pace like she did in the Oaks. And she's a top filly, and her runs this campaign have been good. Obviously, depends if they go to the Derby or the Oaks, but she's running against the boys here instead of the Vinery next week. So, interesting lead that she obviously is pleasing Kieran Maher. So I'm going to go a bit of an upset here. Number 4, Etymology, with 3, 1 and 14. Race 7, the Golden Slipper, won the 4 Grand Slams on the Australian turf. Simply because one of those 4 is one of my favourite races. One of the best slipper fields I've seen for a few years. There's so many horses in form, so many horses with massive potential and just ability. I've decided to settle on number 4, Kiss and Make Up. Gay and Singo, what a story this would be after their little tiff, and now if they're getting back together and can win the Golden Slipper, what a story. And he won the Tolman, beating Catless the other week. Obviously Catless pulled up a few little issues, but in saying that, this winner was good. He was good on debut, beating Detective, who just got beaten the Victorian size last week, which was our best bet of the day. So I have a huge opinion of Detective. and he's beat that. He's beat Capless. Obviously, they're both trained by Peter Snowden, so I think his form line's really good. He's got to do something. I don't know if it's ever been done, and it's a massive ask. He's trying to win a slipper on his first racing prep. He made his debut 17th February, so a month later win a slipper. Massive ask. But I do think he's a very talented colt. And if he wins, Singo said he will shout the bar like he did when Beldejour won that remarkable slipper. So yeah, if you're at Rosehill on Saturday, everyone I think will be half tuned for Kiss and Make Up. Gage is the master of 2-year-olds, 6-7 golden slippers. I think she'll win another one, and she's got this horse peaking on the day. To beat number 1, the favourite Extreme Choice. His Blue Diamond win was one of the best. He's a top horse. He's already won the Sydney Way of Going. Whatever beats him wins. Number 8, Good Standing. I really think this horse is a better 3-year-old, but I think he'll be storming home off a nice tempo. And number 7, Capless. I don't know how you can leave me out. If you trust Peter Snowden, as I've mentioned many times, I have him as a gun trainer, nearly the number 1 in the country. If he says he's right and he's bucking his brands off, forget his last out failure. It was $4 before that, $3.80 in some marks winning silver. Now getting around the $11, $12 mark. So if you're already on him at the $4 and that, I think you should back him again, really, because yeah, you're silly if you don't. That's where pre-post betting, I don't like taking on favourites in pre-post. You're going to look at pre-post, at least look for some value. So 4187 the Golden Slipper, what a race. Race 8 is the 5th and last Group 1 of the day. It's a Galaxy. This is one of the best Galaxy fields we have seen for years. The depth in it is quite extraordinary. I'm sticking with one of my favourites, number 11, Lumosity. I have a huge opinion of her from day 1 as a 2-year-old. She won us a lot of money last year when she dead heated. Sadly on Caulfield Cup Day and the Caulfield Sprint. Could have been a lot more money if her nose just went a bit further. I think she's well weighted here at 52.5, barrier 12. She can just go back sliding. Craig Williams on, fast tempo up front. Her turn of foot, I think, can run at the top of them here. I think she's really weighted. I don't think horses like Terra Vista, just like Chautauqua with the quarterback last week, was giving 5.5 kilos. Terra Vista, Flambird, the Oakley Plate winner, they're giving her 5.5 kilos, and they're not good enough, in my opinion, to be giving her that weight. I think she'll register her first Group 1 win here. To beat number 6, Ball of Muscle, really good horse, great second up record.